The Medici of Florence were the Rothschilds and Rockefellers of the 16th century. Enormously wealthy and well-connected bankers, they spent much of their fortune on great artistic projects and on the nurturing of outstanding creative talents. In Catherine, they produced one of the most influential patrons in the whole history of music. In 1533, when she was 14 and living in a convent in Florence, she was married to the future Henry II, King of France, in a deal brokered by her uncle, who just happened to be the Pope. After her husband's untimely death, Catherine de' Medici became regent to 3 of her underage sons, and was in effect the French monarch for nearly 30 years. Catherine's arrival in her adopted country coincided with a fashion there for all things stylish and Italian. She gave free rein to her Italian tastes, customs and cultural interests. She brought with her to France Italian furniture, Italian clothes, ornaments, architecture and sculpture. Above all, she had her Florentine Filofax, stuffed with all the names and addresses of the finest craftsmen, painters, musicians and designers in northern Italy. Modern lifestyle owes much to this remarkable queen, and the idea of chic really began with her. It was Catherine, for example, who popularized the world's first ever high heels. Another of her innovations was perfume. We even owe our passion for ice cream to her. Catherine, too, sponsored the first side saddle to allow women to ride as fast as men. And that wasn't the only thing she introduced to give herself an edge over the boys. Her ladies-in-waiting are thought to be the origin of the term flying squad, l'escadron volant, on account of the information they gleaned from the pillow talk of powerful courtiers and ambassadors. She entertained lavishly at her beautiful royal castles like Chenonceau in the Loire Valley. She had a ballroom built here on top of the bridge across the river, and she mounted many magnificences, spectacular shows and pageants. These magnificences had many components, from jousting tournaments to firework displays, from water fetes to mock battles. At one, a bunch of musicians dressed as mermen with conch shells for trumpets emerged from a lake on the back of a huge tortoise, pursued by Neptune on a water chariot and a bunch of wailing water maidens riding astride a gigantic model dolphin. But these extravagances weren't purely for pleasure. They had a far more serious purpose. It was Catherine's bad luck to be the power behind the throne when, thanks to the fallout from Luther's Reformation, France was plunged into decades of bitter religious war between Catholics and Protestants. To help her try to bring the two sides together, Catherine planned her seemingly frivolous court entertainments so that they were shot through with highly charged political symbolism. At a pageant in Lyon in 1564, for example, she choreographed a procession of Catholic and Protestant schoolchildren walking hand in hand. Catherine truly believed that spectacles like these could imbue the warring factions in her kingdom with a sense of harmony, order and tolerance. She was wrong, but in trying to achieve it, she helped to set modern music in motion. In her attempts to promote peace, Catherine pinned her hopes most of all on dance, which symbolized order and harmony. And from her finely choreographed pageants sprang a new dance form, ballet. The dancers for the first ballets were mainly Catherine's flying squad of it girls, and as well as highly formalized dance routines, there was lots of singing and stand-up poetry. The most famous of these extravaganzas, the Ballet Comique de la Reine, lasted from 10 in the evening till 3 o'clock the next morning. Catherine's ballet, needless to say, was really designed to embody the virtues of social harmony. Renaissance dance, though, wasn't just about order and propriety. Passion and sensuality had their part to play too. During Catherine's lifetime, music experienced a dramatic transformation. It began the 16th century totally subservient to the church. It ended it spreading into every area of life.